Well, thanks to you guys asking for it, welcome to part 3 of the used cars that you can buy right now instead of waiting potentially months or paying crazy premiums for some of the hottest brand new cars. Now, if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, please watch those first, especially part 1 because it explains all the rules and what we're even talking about here. But kicking things off this week, it's the 300 series Toyota Land Cruiser. With a history spanning over 6 decades, Toyota's mighty Land Cruiser has earned a reputation for being one of the most reliable and capable vehicles on the planet, no matter how tough the off-road conditions or the local shopping centre. And thanks to this, the new 300 series has one hell of a reputation to uphold, needing to arguably be the world's best can-do-it-all SUV. And when we say can-do-it-all, we don't just mean traversing the most challenging terrain or towing the equivalent of a small apartment across the desert. 300 series buyers expect the latest tech and safety features, an interior that is supremely comfortable and practical, a support network and a reputation for reliability that no other vehicle can match. And so far, the 300 series is delivering the goods. Hence, wait times have stretched out to well over 12 months, and near new but pre-owned examples are asking serious premiums. You want a 300 series GR Sport right now here in Australia? Some sellers are asking in excess of $160,000. So instead, buy a Lexus. Specifically a 2009 to 2015 LX 570. That's the one pre the controversial facelift. Firstly, the LX 570 arguably matches the 300 series for its luxurious, refined, and immensely comfortable interior. And while the Lexus might not feature the very latest in tech, it is loaded with all of the features that you'd ever really need. And tech like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto can easily be added with some aftermarket equipment. The Lexus has a proven track record for reliability and durability, and as the flagship Lexus SUV model, it has been built with class-leading levels of attention to detail and quality. Yet underneath, it's ostensibly a 200 series Toyota Land Cruiser, so in terms of the ruggedness and reliability, you can be completely confident that it's up to whatever task you throw at it. But the biggest and potentially most controversial difference to the 300 series comes down to its power plant. The LX 570 is packing a 5.7 litre petrol V8 instead of the 300 series 3.3 litre turbo diesel 6. This means that yes, the big Lexus, it does have more power than the Land Cruiser, but it does lose out in the fight for torque, and it also certainly loves a drink when compared to the new 300 series, especially when towing or off-roading. But this then leads us to the question of cost. See, while the LX 570 will undoubtedly swallow more fuel, you could save yourself $60,000 buying the Lexus over the 300 series. In fact, you could potentially buy 2 LX 570s and still have $10,000 left over. Yes, look, the 300 series is awesome, but is it more than twice as awesome as the Lexus? What do you think? Anyway, up next, we're going to be swapping out off-roading prowess for on-road physics bending ability. It's the Volkswagen Golf R. Want a brand new Golf R? Well, if you don't have your name down, good luck even ordering one. And if you can, you'll apparently be waiting over a year for delivery. Or if you just must have one right now, you could buy a current but pre-owned example for a $10,000 to even $20,000 premium over the list price. Or you could tick all of the same boxes and potentially more for the same price or potentially less with the Audi RS3. Yes, the brand new Volkswagen Golf R is a weapon of a thing, but a 2015 to 2020 Audi RS3 offers some very serious competition. First of all, the Audi RS3 more than matches the Golf for practicality and the refined and luxurious interior. The Golf R has all of the latest when it comes to tech and features, but the RS3 certainly isn't lacking for toys to play with either. And talking about performance, the RS3 is powered by a glorious sounding 2.5 litre turbocharged 5-cylinder engine that puts out a whopping 294 kilowatts and 480 newton meters, while the Golf R's smaller 2 litre 4-cylinder has to make do with 59 kilowatts and 80 newton meters less. Okay, that's being a little bit harsh because the Golf R is plenty fast enough, but it is 5 cylinders versus 4, so yeah, you do the math. Both the Golf and the RS3 will make you feel like a driving god through the corners, and very little will split them in terms of both real-world performance and everyday drivability. But that's not all. The RS3 has the pumped guards, the signature RS tailpipes, the aggressive stance, and all that comes with the full RS treatment. And the Golf R? Well, yeah, it's nice and it looks sporty and classy, but it does risk looking like just any other Golf. Plus, many are complaining about some of the usability in the new Golf, especially in terms of operating the tech. In fact, rumor has it that Volkswagen have taken the complaints on board and are overhauling the infotainment system with the Mark 8.5 update. Yes, the Golf comes with a 5-year warranty and all of the touchy-feely stuff of a new car, but we're talking about an Audi here and an RS at that. Plus, unlike a factory-fresh Golf R, plenty are available on the used market right now, and pricing starts from around about $45,000, undercutting the Golf by potentially $40,000. Yes, the Golf R and its new car warranty are very attractive, but you're saving $40,000 with the Audi. So just pop that $40,000 in a something might go wrong with the Audi RS3 account, or bolt on a few tasty mods. Actually, to see what goes wrong with this generation of RS3, after this video, click on this video up here. Okay, next up, let's get a little bit more sensible. It's the Toyota Kluger, or if you're not watching this from Australia or Japan, it's the Toyota Highlander. Depending on the specific variant, many Kluger buyers are going to have to wait over 9 months for delivery. Actually, in that time, many Kluger buyers are going to be popping out even more kids to fill the big 7-seat SUV. And other Kluger buyers are apparently sick of waiting and they're cancelling orders. But if they're cancelling their orders to get into a current but pre-owned example, they're going to be paying a $5,000 to $10,000 premium to get behind the wheel right now. Guys, don't do that. That's just silly, because there's a couple of Hyundais and a Kia that you need to check out first. Specifically, check out the 2020 to 22 Hyundai Santa Fe, the 2021 to 2022 Hyundai Palisade, and the 2020 to 2021 Kia Sorento. Let's start with the Santa Fe. It comes with a choice of 6 or 4-cylinder engines in either petrol or diesel, powering the front or all 4 wheels. And from 2022, a 4-cylinder petrol hybrid all-wheel drive model arrived. It pretty much matches the Kluger for tech, features and safety. Even a 2020 model will still have a couple of years of new car warranty left on it. And in terms of fuel efficiency, the Hyundais pretty much match the various Kluger power plants for fuel use. But even when comparing top spec models, the Hyundai undercuts the Toyota by potentially over $10,000. And unlike a brand spanking new Kluger, they're available on the used market right now. The Kluger does beat the Santa Fe as far as overall practicality goes, especially in boot space when that third row is in use. But if you need size and space, check out the Palisade. Not only is the big Hyundai nearly an entire size larger than the Kluger, and depending on spec, can even seat 8, it tops the Toyota for sheer fancy schmanciness. The interior feels premium, it is loaded with tech, features and safety gear, there's acres of space for practicality, but the negative when compared to the Kluger is fuel efficiency. As it is a big rig of a thing, the petrol 6-cylinder in the lower spec models does enjoy a drink, and the turbo diesel 4-cylinder simply cannot match a hybrid Kluger. But again, when you take into account that you can land yourself right now in a top spec 1-year-old Palisade for a few $1,000s less than the brand new Kluger, why wait or pay too much for the Toyota? And the same can be said for the Kia Sorento. Like its twin under-the-skin sibling of the Hyundai Santa Fe, the Kia is available with a number of engine and drivetrain options, including a hybrid. It'll match the Kluger for all the important stuff that an SUV in this category needs to offer. And you can get behind the wheel of a 1 or 2-year-old model right now for thousands of dollars less than the equivalent new Kluger. Obviously, there will be variations between these 4 SUVs, and in different categories, one will beat the others here and there. But we do wonder why so many people out there seem hell-bent on waiting or paying a premium for a new Kluger when the other alternatives just make as much sense. Okay, enough of being sensible for a minute. You want a brand new Honda Civic Type R? Too bad, you can't have one, unless you're willing to wait for more than 2 years, or pay an insane premium. Look, I want a brand new Type R just as much as the next red-blooded human. But as amazing as this thing apparently is, paying upwards of $90,000 for a brand new but pre-owned example is just bloody stupid. Even at the listed $73,000 here in Australia, it is a truckload of cash for a front-wheel drive Civic hot hatch. Granted, an incredibly talented and special one, but still, that's very bloody expensive. So instead, why not buy another bespoke-built, ultra-refined, driver-focused 5-door hottest of hot hatches, the Ford Focus RS Limited Edition? Okay, the RS LE, it simply cannot match the Type R for premium interior feel, and even the most recent RSs are running out of new car warranty. And the Civic is arguably easier to live with. and the front seats are positioned at the right height, unlike the lofty position of the Fords. But besides all of that, the Focus makes for one hell of an alternative that you can buy right now and save loads of cash. Both of these cars are all about performance, and on track or on a deserted winding mountain road, very little separates them both for actual pace and driving enjoyment. But there's no getting away from the fact that the Type R is front-wheel drive only, while the RS spins all four wheels. Plus, in limited edition form, Ford have bolted a very tasty diff into the front end of the Focus. This results in feeling ultra confident in any condition, like say, powering off the line or out of a corner, whether it's in the rain or on dirt or on snow. Plus, the Focus RS has a secret fun weapon. Granted, it's probably one that you'll never use. Drift mode. The RS can send up to 70% of the car's power to the rear wheels and initiate controlled drifts, like having a real rally car for the streets. The Civic, well, it can't match that. But here's the big difference, it's the price. Here in Australia, you can land a Focus RS limited edition in your driveway right now for anywhere from $45,000 to around about $60,000. That means instead of dropping $90,000 on a current but pre-owned Type R, you could have a Focus RS limited edition and a 2-litre Mazda ND MX-5 convertible and a mid-2000s Mitsubishi Pajero and have money left over. Look, the Type R is one hell of a car, and I would do very, very bad things to get behind the wheel of one. But $90,000? Really? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. See you next time. Because it does explain all... towing the equivalent of a small apartment across the... on-road physics bending ability. It's the... what is it? Over 9 months for the... Guys, don't do that. That's just silly, because there's a couple of Hyundais and a Kia you should share.